Okay, now you can see from the previous videos I had appliqued hearts on, and I edged everything, and I decided I wanted to add another, for some of the hearts that are bigger, a little bit more of a visual interest. So here I just took the same pearl cotton, but in a different color, and just did a running stitch around to see if I liked it, and I really did like it a lot. So then what I did was, for the ears, I added a similar element. There's a part of me that's kind of going for the feeling of like the stuffed animals from like the 60s, but not as cheap. Does that make any sense? Or like Valentine cards that we got like in the 70s and 80s, you know, puppy love, and I can't think of anything right now, but you know what I'm talking about. And I went ahead and I began adding on the bottom here, because I know there's some pieces that I want to add, some hearts that I want to add here, some things here that I would like to add. So while I can still open this up and get to it, it's way easier to put, let me grab a little heart here. It's easier to put this here and then stitch around it, because I can very easily get to it. I try to get as much of that, of the applique and the stitch work, any kind of embroidery work done. Now, when it comes to, when it comes to the addition of the sequins, that's all done when I'm finished with the doll, or I am so close to finishing, like I just need to add on a head, add the head on, or add the tail on or something, because it makes it, I know exactly where it's going to go and what it's going to look like. So it's in its final form. And you can see here on this one, this is like a fuchsia felt, and then I added red along the inside here, because I kind of thought they looked like little cookies almost, don't they? And then decided at late last night when I was working, I pulled in this kind of light kind of teal color, which doesn't completely match this. It's just a darker hue, or I should say a darker shade. This is a shade of this kind of teal. So it kind of keeps it in the family of them, the color family that I've tried to create, the colorations. And you can see, again, I haven't added on any of the little nip knops, or there are little bung holes yet. And you can see here, when I'm stitching this, I'm going to need to do a little trim work there. I goofed up yesterday when I kind of kicked myself for not finding it. You can see here, that knot's in the wrong place. That knot needs to be behind that. So I'm going to have to do something creative, and the bung hole is going to cover this. Or his little butthole is going to cover it. So her butthole, his butthole, their butthole. Yeah. Sorry. So that's kind of where we are with the pups. And then today I'm going to add on some more applique here, and get that finished, stitch it up, add on any more applique and edging that I need to do, and then that I can just set aside and then begin working on the tail and the legs and that sort of thing. I don't intend on putting any applique on the legs. I'm going to be using buttons on the outside, so I think that's going to be enough, and they're going to have their normal little toe stitches here, and then on the inside the little pink pads here. So I think that should be enough, because I kind of want these, it's weird, I can, if I change my mind, if I get this whole leg together and I decide, oh crud, I really do need to put an applique on here, I can do it. It's not that hard. It's not the most fun way to do an applique, because I want to show you too how I do the appliques once a piece is stuffed. It's not exactly the most fun way to do it, but I can make it work. I prefer to do as much as I can when it's flat and I have access to the underside. It just makes it so much easier. But that should be in the next couple of videos, show you what I'm doing there. And the sequencing, like I said, adding all the sequins and the beads, that will not happen until it's stuffed, because it just makes it so much easier. So much easier.